Okay, so a storm hits, your roof is a mess, and now you've got to deal with an insurance claim. It's a lot, and picking a contractor to help you through it, that's a huge decision. So today, we're going to give you the tools, a clear, objective way to grade how they're doing so you know for sure if you're in good hands. Let's dive in.
You know, it's an incredibly stressful time, right? And the truth is, the help you get from a roofer or contractor, well, it can be all over the map. Some will do the bare minimum, while others, the really good ones, become your champion. You're basically taking a gamble when you can least afford to lose.
And that really boils down to the single most important question you've got to ask yourself. Is this person just here to hammer some shingles on my roof? Or are they really on my side, fighting for me with the insurance company? Believe me, the difference is night and day.
And we're talking about high stakes here. I mean, a real advocate? They're going to get you a fair, complete settlement. The whole thing will be smoother, faster. But the alternative, well, that's where you get stuck with repair bills the insurance didn't cover, you're fighting with the adjuster for months, and your roof repair isn't even fully paid for. It's a nightmare.
So how do you avoid that whole gamble? Simple. You stop guessing and you start measuring. We're going to give you what's essentially a report card, a straightforward, objective way to grade your contractor using what are called key performance indicators, or KPIs. It's how you'll know exactly how effective they are.
Now, don't let that term KPI throw you off. It sounds like some corporate jargon, right? But all it is, it's just a measurable value, a number you can look at. And for our purposes, it's a way to measure the stuff that really matters for your claim. The money, the timeline, and honestly, your own sanity.
So this report card we're building, it's broken down into 3 super simple categories. First, we're going to grade the financials. Are you actually getting the money you're owed? Second, we'll grade the process itself. Is it smooth and efficient? And finally, we'll grade your experience. How do you feel about it all?
All right, let's jump into the first and, let's be honest, probably the most important part of this report card, the financials. Because at the end of the day, the whole point of this insurance claim is to get the money you need to fix your home, period.
So what's an A+ on this test? What's the magic number? Well, a really successful, well-handled claim should get you a settlement that covers between 90 and 100% of the actual repair costs. This right here, this is your #1 KPI. That little bit of wiggle room in the range usually accounts for your deductible, you know? But if your settlement is coming in below that 90% mark, whoa, that is a huge red flag that something is not right.
And beyond just that big number, a top-grade contractor is going to have other good financial signs. For one, a really high claim approval rate in general. For two, the settlement they get you should be way more than any fee they might charge for their help. And third, they're so thorough up front that you don't have to keep filing supplemental claims for stuff they missed. That's a big one.
Okay, so getting a big check is awesome. But if getting there felt like running a marathon through mud, well, your contractor isn't really doing their job, are they? So for our next grade, let's look at the process. Because how you get there, the efficiency, the professionalism, is just as important as the final number.
Time is a huge deal here. For a pretty standard claim, a professional should be able to get this whole thing wrapped up in about 4 to 6 weeks. If you're dragging into week 8, week 9, and there isn't a really good reason for it, yeah, that's a sign the process is broken.
You know what the engine is that drives a fast claim? It's the paperwork. It's the documentation. A top-tier contractor gives the insurance company everything they need. Clear reports, great photos, detailed descriptions, all in the right format. If you're seeing your paperwork get kicked back for revisions over and over, or if it's missing stuff, that's going to slam the brakes on the whole process.
And a few last things on process. A great contractor knows how to work with insurance adjusters, not against them. It should be professional, not a big fight. They're quick to respond when the insurer asks for something, and maybe most importantly, their first damage assessment is super thorough, so they catch everything right from the get-go.
Okay, on to our final grade. And this one is all about you. Because the money can be right, the timeline can be great, but if you felt stressed out, confused, and ignored the whole time, then they failed. Simple as that.
So what does an A for experience actually feel like? Well, it means they're calling you with updates before you have to call them. It means they take a minute to explain all that confusing insurance talk in plain English. You ask a question, you get a quick answer. And hey, you can usually see this reflected in their online reviews and what other customers are saying.
You know, there's this quote that just nails it. Satisfied customers refer neighbors because results speak for themselves. A really great contractor doesn't just fix your roof. They give you an experience that makes you want to tell your neighbors about them. The hard numbers and how you feel about it all, they should absolutely go together.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that you are not powerless in this process. You don't have to just sit back and hope for the best. You now have the power to measure everything. Grade the money, grade the process, and grade your own satisfaction. You're in the driver's seat.
Which brings us to one last really important question for you. You have the report card now. You know exactly what to look for. So, is your contractor passing the test? Or is it maybe time to find someone who will?